What is the one thing that you can do to have your destiny faster and have a bigger destiny? Well, most of us think it's by overcoming, by working really hard, by taking massive action. And all these things, that's how you're going to get your destiny. We live in a very competitive society, and that's why we think this. I mean, the Summer Olympics is just around the corner, and the press is going to go nuts with somebody that they think should have won the gold medal, and maybe they come up with a silver medal because it's all about winning. But for me, being a total non-athlete, just getting there is a great thing. But we are so competitive that we can't do this. And the best thing we can do to get our destiny is surrender. Surrender to the power that gave it to us, and that is God. Now, when we think of surrender, we think of an army surrendering to another country, or we think of us surrendering to a bigger foe, somebody that's more powerful than we are. But that's not it. Surrender to God just means giving up and giving it to Him. In the Bible it says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a sacrifice holy and acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service. Now this is in Romans 12:1. And it means, I beg of you to give yourself totally and completely to God. And how can we do this? Well, number one, we can trust God. If you don't trust somebody, you're never going to surrender to them, right? You may surrender to them, but you're going to surrender by force. Trusting God means you trust in His provision. Has He ever let you down? Has He ever let us down in our provision? No, He has not. So we need to trust in Him. Number two, we need to admit our limitations. We have a very strong spirit. We have a very strong mind, and a lot of things can be accomplished by just having a strong spirit and a strong mind in and of ourselves. But our destiny can't be accomplished because it came from God. God is a higher power. He's a higher source. We can never be God, and we can never have the power that He has. So we have to admit our limitations. We need to come to the end of ourselves and admit that we can't do it without Him. Number three, we need to let God take over our lives. C.S. Lewis said, the more we let God take over, the more of ourselves we truly become, because He made us. So He made us to know who we really are. We get all trampled on by the world and people around us telling us, oh, you can't do that. That's not what you're supposed to do. Fit back into this mold. Go out, get a job. And do the thing that we are doing because everybody else is doing it. But that is not bringing out our personality. It's just we're going along with what everybody else tells us to do. Now, when we surrender to humans, it usually means degradation, forced labor, all kinds of bad things, slavery. But when we put our trust in God and we surrender to Him, it means freedom. It means prosperity, and it means getting that thing that He gave us. So surrender yourself to God. Now, if you're interested in talking to me about your destiny, I'd love to talk to you about it. If you're on social media, please leave a comment and I will get back with you. If you see a link anywhere around, click on it. Put your name, your email address, and your phone number in the boxes provided, and I will get back with you, and I'll make a time to talk with you about your destiny.